Neither Kathy nor Shar wanted to take advantage of our perennial offer to share a word if you're in the position of being a retiring faculty member. I'm really happy David Schatz took us up on this offer. David has been our sole figure in Russian language and literature since his arrival here in 1969. Think about that, folks. And with his BA from Princeton, PhD from Michigan, and a long, long, impressive list of students who've gone on to do wonderful things, he just exemplifies what it means to be a dedicated member of our faculty. David, would you come up and share what you have to say?
Some of you may remember me. I used to sit in the chair that's currently occupied by Professor Coe, dressed slightly differently, and I would hug people as the opportunity presented itself. I had actually considered wearing a tassel this evening, but that idea is best left unexplored. First, I want to express my appreciation to colleagues, current students, and former students for their thoughtfulness and for the kind words which have come my way since as long ago as the first week of December. So long ago that there are those in the audience this evening, I'm sure, who are wondering to themselves, when is this guy actually going to leave? But I'm indeed grateful for this opportunity to participate in the celebration of the achievements of the class of 2011. When a colleague told me, maybe not entirely seriously, that she was looking forward to my words of wisdom, I immediately panicked and began madly searching through my personal archives to see whether there was anything there that might pass muster, that might indeed be regarded as wisdom, at least for the length of time it would take for people to really reflect upon it. Having discovered alarmingly little which might qualify, I decided to turn to the source which has been my staple for nearly 50 years, Russian literature. And I decided to focus on the two great, if not always consonant voices of the end of the 19th century, Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy and Anton Pavlovich Chekhov. In What is Art, Tolstoy's occasionally unconvincing, frequently vexing treatise on aesthetics written in 1896, we are reminded, or more likely, because this is Tolstoy, instructed, and I'm quoting, "Art is a human activity consisting in this, that one man consciously, by means of certain external signs, hands on to others feelings he has lived through, and that other people are infected by those feelings and also experience them." In other words, a bond of shared experience is established between the two sides of the exchange. To my mind, Tolstoy's definition applies equally well to teaching, and perhaps especially well to the teaching of literature. that grand meditation on what it is to be human. Chekhov's story, The Student, published in 1894, 2 years before Tolstoy's What is Art, elegantly realizes this notion. Here, a student of theology, Ivan Wielkopolski, is returning home from shooting on the night before Easter. He is alone, disoriented, and estranged by weather which seems inappropriate to the Paschal season and by the infringing darkness. But Ivan the student, through a chance encounter with two peasant women, becomes Ivan the teacher and experiences as a result a kind of personal redemption. The two peasant women, Vasilisa and her daughter Lucieria, are also seen in chiaroscuro isolation, sitting in darkness by their cooking fire. Ivan approaches them, then in just 2 words, they talked. Chekhov suggests the beginning of a verbal bond among the 3 principals. Ivan invokes their shared narrative of the Passion, drawing parallels, linking the scriptural account with the present moment. I'm quoting, "At just such a fire, the Apostle Peter warmed himself. If you remember, at the Last Supper, Peter said to Jesus," and here the teacher Ivan demonstrates to his 2 students that the shared narrative, the text under consideration, binds them and situates them in an historical human continuum. The 2 women respond emotionally as they understand the profound significance of the text to their personal lives and conditions. They are affected by the teacher's efforts, and the student, now teacher, becomes transformed in the process. As he continued homeward, quote, "He looked around. The solitary light was still gleaming in the darkness, and joy suddenly stirred in his soul, and he even stopped for a minute to take a breath. And the inexpressible sweet expectation of happiness, of unknown, mysterious happiness, took possession of him little by little, and life seemed to him enchanting, marvelous, and full of lofty meaning." Ivan Wielkopolski is 22, about the age of most of you who are graduating this evening. And like Ivan, many of you in your own time and in your own way, and perhaps also unexpectedly, will become teachers. By being enlightened by your education and by sharing your knowledge and enthusiasm for the life of the mind, you will create the same bonds like no other, that we see here in Chekhov. It has been my distinct privilege to have spent so many years working with the finest young women and men that I have ever known. As I look back, I realize that my life has been immeasurably enriched by my tenure at New College. I am a better person for having been a teacher, and I trust that I have succeeded in giving as much as I have received. I also hope that along the way, I have provided some evidence for those people who needed to see it, that it does get better. Thank you very much. And to all of you, congratulations. We're all very proud of you.